YouTube intro! Howdy, YouTube! We are watching Sunnyvt 2, Why Jack Black is Losing Thousands of Followers. I'm a big fan of Jack Black. I love his work. School of Rock is a classic. If you haven't seen it, I'd highly recommend it. He has made some flops over the last few years, unfortunately, and he's got another one coming up with a Minecraft movie. I imagine that and Borderlands had something to do with why he's losing followers. Also, probably that whole situation where Kyle Gass on stage said he hopes that his birthday wish was that the shooter didn't miss Trump. That was that killed the singing career, that's for sure. They had to cancel the tour immediately. They both publicly apologized. It was a fiasco. You can't do that. It's not all right. But we're going to watch the Sunnyvt 2 video. I love Sunnyvt 2. This is the first one I'm reacting to on this channel, though. I usually watch other people react to it and the video itself because he's really good at it. I mean, he doesn't always hit as hard on some of the videos. He gets the point across, but sometimes he doesn't always have all of the information, or he's a little biased towards one side than the other, and I don't really care for that in videos that are supposed to be bringing you facts and truth. But we're going to give him a break on this one. Not too much, because I love Jack Black more than I love Sunnyvt 2. Welcome to the jungle. Both the movies. Loved them.
Jack Black is a national treasure.
He is.
Must protect him at all costs.
I don't know about all costs,
Comments
but
such
yes,
as
protect
this
him.
were
Protect
normal
the man.
just 1 year ago, but after a string of unexpected controversy,
Ooh,
he's not only
yeah, I
losing
saw two of those things I mentioned.
followers, but every Jack Black comment section is flooded with negativity. Compare this to only 11 months ago, when we listed Jack Black among celebrities who have basically zero
I remember that video.
haters.
That was a really good video. It was so heartwarming, like seeing good stuff Bob Ross and John Cena and Keanu Reeves do. They're such sweetie pies. I hope they deserve more. Well, I feel like Keanu Reeves and Bob Ross get tons of credit for all the nice stuff that they do. The internet basically loves them, unless you're entirely crazy, which can be found on Twitter.
There was nothing controversial about him. In a Reddit thread asking about the most beloved celebrities, one of the top comments was Jack Black. He's just such a lovable guy, how could you not like him? He never took life too seriously, always trolling the paparazzi and acting like a fool for the public's entertainment. By starting his
Can anyone else say that they're comfortable enough to wear something like this? If you're that big and you can wear something like this and just be a big goober, you can't be all bad. I mean, this man, I don't think he's bad. I think he might have just made some bad decisions and stuff he chose to do or say without thinking about the consequences or what it really meant. But like he thought he was doing the right thing. Pains me to lose like affection for him, but I still love him. He does his best, and he's been a lot less political since the election was ended. I wish he hadn't got political at all. That's not what I want from like actors and singers that I like. But it feels like they're finally getting that through their heads.
his own YouTube channel, Jack Black showed that actors are still just normal people.
Hey, what's up?
They are not. Actors are not normal people. He's a normal person. He does not reflect all actors. I can tell you that right now.
It's me, Jack Black. This is my new YouTube channel, Jablinski.
Giving him
Jablinski!
a relatable edge that made his fans adore him. So when he'd faced his first controversy roughly 2 years ago, his audience was generally forgiving. Jack Black had shown his support for a charity named Autism Speaks. Articles explained in 2013 he hosted an Autism Speaks benefit, and in 2015 performed at the Lighted Up Blue Autism Speaks fundraiser.
Not seen a problem yet.
In 2018 he'd promote the charity via Twitter, perhaps ignoring it being extremely controversial. Autism Speaks hates autistic people. For over a decade, Autism Speaks tried to find a cure for autism. They treated autism like it was some type of disease that could be cured.
Okay, that's not Jack's fault. He was trying to raise money for an autism charity, and regardless of how you feel about this whole sentence right here, like this, that's not his fault. I'm guessing he didn't know about that, or he didn't know enough about autism to know that it couldn't be cured. But this doesn't mean they hate autistic people. This is way out of line. It is ridiculous. Thinking you can cure it doesn't mean you hate people who have autism. That's just stupid.
People therefore complained on Twitter, friendly reminder that while Jack Black is currently trending, he has donated to ableist and eugenicist organizations like Autism Speaks and Next for Autism.
How is that eugenicist? Okay, I'm gonna check the
The
speed.
truth is, behind closed doors, the P word became my secret sin at age 10.
Get out of here.
Action, all of his friends declared it was total trash.
What?
Tenacious D performed this.
Okay, that like.
He has also attended autism.
Okay, I'm looking for. This feels like it's no. It's at custom. Yeah, it feels like it's really slow though. Normal. Let's just.
Speaks galas.
Yeah, it feels like it's slow.
Gave him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe Jack didn't know it was a bad company and was just trying to do something good and got duped. Just playing devil's advocate. What if he's unaware of the problematic?
Yeah, I don't believe for a second that Jack was actually aware of anything that was going on with that. He just thought it was a good cause and jumped at the chance to help.
Jack Black seems like a decent person. This explains why he'd also give political opinions, but with his comments now reading, never get political, it always ends wrong. This had become a primary reason for the fall of his reputation. Now, Jack Black has always been
That's not
outspoken.
Holding a Biden mug, that's not that political. It's just, hey, I like Biden. He's not shoving it down your throat. It's just a picture of him holding a Joe Biden mug.
Arguments subtle and funny in the classic Jack Black style. For example, in 2017, Tenacious D performed This Government Totally Sucks, in which they joke about Benjamin Franklin getting naked and smoking weed.
I can almost guarantee you he probably did that. Benjamin Franklin would have absolutely got naked and smoked weed. I don't think that's a joke at all.
Similarly, in 2020, Jack Black made his own commercial, stating it's time to be a hero with a mask. Not this kind, but this kind, before jumping headfirst into his pool.
There's nothing wrong with advocating for wearing a mask during a pandemic. Whether you believe it works or not, there's nothing wrong with someone saying, hey, let's just be safe just in case. You cannot be mad at someone for warning people to be safe.
Like that were pretty...
Well, you can. That's what the internet's for. But it's unreasonable.
Smooth and inoffensive. However, by 2023, his political opinions were less about the comedy and significantly more direct. For example, he'd give his opinion on the Israel-Palestine war, for which he was heavily criticized to the extent that people called for a Kung Fu Panda boycott. When he shared an image reading, "Climate change is a human rights crisis," the comments again weren't too positive.
What does that even mean? Climate change is a human rights crisis? I don't understand that. How is climate change a human rights crisis? Yeah, that doesn't even make sense to me. I can't be mad about that.
Goodbye, Jack, you lost me there. Nobody needs you to guide them politically. You're a professional court jester. That's why we watch.
To be fair, that guy's right. You are here to entertain, not to get into politics.
You. OMG, LMFAO, Jack Black, you've gone down the gutter. In the meantime, about half of his Twitter became political retweets, peaking in June 2024 when Jack Black endorsed the president.
A few days ago, my manager called me and said George Clooney and Julia Roberts wanted me to help out the president, and I said, I am in. When and where?
He proudly reposted the video to his Twitter.
Yeah. On the bright side, they learned their lesson about using celebrities to try and win the presidency.
But with almost as many replies as the post had likes.
It's unfortunate Jack had to be one of the people sacrificed on that altar, but we had to make a lot of sacrifices. Some people had to go.
Safe to say his message didn't land so smoothly. Love your work, I just wish you didn't endorse anyone. Hollywood needs to stay out of politics.
Amen. The gal, blue check mark.
politics. You were a part of a lot of people's childhood laughs. Now you're just a deadbeat sellout. What a shame. You've only alienated your fan base. We're here waiting for you to do better, although these were the more polite replies as they only got worse. Over 15,000 people supported a response reading, add Jack Black to the list of pedo-wood elites. Repost if you
Okay, that's a little too far. Just because he endorsed Biden does not make him one of those. He is not a friend of the playground, as Sidney Watson would call them. Just because you don't agree with who he endorsed doesn't make anything you say negative about him true. And that's a disgusting way to treat anybody.
You aren't surprised. Numerous other memes pushed similar allegations, with another person straight up stating, here's an awesome tip. Stay away from the pedophile at Jack Black just because he endorsed a presidential candidate.
Yeah,
a
too far.
Fan expressed,
It doesn't
I'm
even
so
make
beyond
sense.
saddened by this political shilling. The word disappointing isn't strong enough, and I just attended one of your recent Houston shows. Well, never again, Jack.
Aww.
And in a poll asking, have you lost
That one seemed like someone who actually liked and cared about him. That's sad.
or respect for at Jack Black? 85% responded with yes. The poll was likely somewhat biased, but still for the first time ever, Jack
It wasn't somewhat biased. That was incredibly biased.
Black was losing followers. However, this likely wasn't a massive concern
Here it comes. Here it comes.
as he was busy with something else completely. Tenacious D, Jack Black's band, had been traveling the world on their spicy meatball tour. They'd been through North America, all across Europe, and had landed in Australia just 24 days after Jack's presidential controversy. They scheduled their second show in Sydney for bandmate Kyle Gass's birthday, celebrating on Instagram before the show started. This continued into the band's performance.
Honestly, that seemed like a fun concert up until that point, though. To give them credit.
Which would lead to the following interaction.
Don't miss Trump next time.
Although credit where it's due, that's a cool looking mic stand. I will give them that. They have style in spades.
Mixed feedback immediately rolled in. Some people said that they're a comedy band that make dark jokes. It was a joke they make.
That wasn't a joke, though. That was not a joke. You know he meant that. He 100% meant that.
Jokes. JB and KG, they're good human beings with good intent.
I believe Jack is a good human being with good intent. Kyle seems kind of old and jaded. No offense to Kyle, but I get that vibe from him in pretty much everything. Even in their movie, he was an old jaded guy who took advantage of Jack Black. And that was supposed to be their fake origins.
And whilst others plainly stated, sorry Jack, but I'm out. One senator tweeted, there is no place in Australia for those who wish for the assassination of others, demanding that Tenacious D must be deported immediately. As a result, Kyle Gass apologised, writing the line I improvised on stage Sunday night in Sydney was highly inappropriate, dangerous, and a terrible mistake.
It was very much
I don't
dangerous
condone
and
violence of
inappropriate.
any kind, in any form against anyone. What happened was a tragedy, and I'm incredibly sorry for my severe lack of judgment. I profoundly apologise to those I've let down, and truly regret any pain I've caused. Jack Black added I was blindsided by what was said at the show on Sunday. I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in
He laughed, though. I don't know if you guys saw the footage. He laughed when Kyle said that. Not just like one laugh. It was it was a solid laugh at that. You can't see my fingers, but I'm doing the quote thing for joke.
any form, but after rewatching the clip, people didn't buy it. Black was blindsided. He laughs when
Yeah.
Kyle says it. He doesn't condone that kind of speech, but you see him laughing when the comment is made. Jack's apology continued.
if Jack felt
After
bad
much
afterwards.
reflection, I no longer feel it is appropriate.
Like, actually
to
bad and
continue
not,
the
like,
Tenacious
pressured
D
to apologize
tour,
bad.
and all future creative plans are on hold. I'm grateful to the fans for their support and understanding. He'd stated in an interview 3 weeks later, we need to take a break. Everybody needs a break. break sometime and we'll be back, but it was already too late. Even those people who didn't mind the joke were disappointed by Jack's lack of
Yeah, I was
support
pretty
for his
disappointed too.
bandmates. Your friend of over 30 years says one bad throwaway joke that gets an overreaction. Like, have at least a bit of backbone and stick up for your friends. A different person said the weird thing with cancelling the Tenacious D tour over a bad Trump joke tells me yeah, dude cares more about money above all else now and will throw friends under the bus to maintain.
In all fairness, they would have said this about him caring about money if he continued the tour as well. There would be no winning with this person. They'd already made up their mind.
Cash flow. The public no longer gave him the benefit of the doubt,
Jack Black is the ultimate sellout clown.
which began
No, there are much, much worse.
to impact his future movies. I remember a time when seeing Jack Black in a movie excited me. Now I skip it completely. Borderlands got 10% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That was not Jack's fault. That was nowhere near Jack's fault. That was Randy Pitchford's fault for not giving a crap and casting all the wrong people, and especially the director, who had no interest in making a Borderlands movie. He wanted to make his movie and just put Borderlands on top of it. That wasn't Jack's fault. Jack was actually delightful in that movie. His lines weren't great, but that also was not his fault. Jack did a really good claptrap. Let's be very clear. This was a Randy Pitchford L. Through and through.
And has been considered one of 2024's worst movies. On the Dear Santa trailer, people criticized Jack Black just jumping on every movie these days, and nothing.
That movie was funny. It was delightful. I did not like the kid actors. They were annoying. But Jack Black did a really good job as Satan. I'm going to give him credit for that.
Showed this better than his casting as Steve. There are many reasons why Minecraft's trailer has already.
This also wasn't Jack Black's fault. He didn't decide the wardrobe. He didn't make the bad decision to make it a live action movie. He's trying to get a paycheck, and while he could have said no, he probably just does not understand how bad this is for Minecraft. Like, I'm guessing he has not played Minecraft, and he does not have his finger on the pulse of the gaming industry.
He gained over 1 million dislikes, the main one being, according to Forbes, the appearance of Jack Black as Steve, where he simply looks like everyday Jack Black in a blue shirt with his now signature wild hair and grey streaked beard. It's absolutely bizarre.
He's basically just playing Jack Black, but in a blue shirt. It looks like he rolled out of bed and they gave him this blue shirt and said, all right, now you're Steve.
He could have said, I am Jack Black, and it would have made zero difference. They gave Jack Black a blue shirt and called it a day. People joke that the director should have instead been cast as Steve, leading Jack Black to respond to the hate. I just think the backlash we're getting is ridiculous, especially from grown men who don't get that this movie isn't just for them. It's for a new generation, yet it seems the new.
No. No, it's not. The new generation didn't grow up with Minecraft. This is aimed directly at the Minecraft fan base, and kids aren't exactly super into Minecraft these days. Like, they just fallen off with the younger people. The people who play it are people who have rough lives with their jobs and stuff, and also who have kids who drive them nuts, and they just want to relax in this, like, blocky world building stuff. They really missed the mark on this one. And honestly, if I was going to make a live action, and it absolutely had to be a live action Minecraft movie, I would go with the most ridiculous choice possible to play Steve. Like, to the point where it made so little sense, it was actually funny and interesting. Like, if you had cast Danny DeVito to be Steve in this movie, and people started giving you a bunch of crap for it, you can say they wanted it to be live action. I had no say in that. So I just chose the most entertaining choice possible for Steve, and you can say what you want about it, but we all know you're going to go watch Danny DeVito in the Minecraft movie just to see what happens. And everyone would agree. Everyone would be like, yes, I'm going to go see that movie. There's no way I'm not going to see Danny DeVito as Steve in a Minecraft movie. That's going to be fantastic, no matter how good or how bad it is. 2 thumbs up, good time.
new generation don't want it either. My son is a Minecraft kid in elementary school. He told me that when they heard it was live action, all of his friends declared it was total trash. This doesn't even appeal to the target audience. As a result, Jack Black's rapidly losing followers on every social media. He pulled a Dwayne Johnson and became a soulless corporate husk of his former self, who plays the same character in each of the far too many terrible movies he's in.
Yeah, but the problem is, the Dwayne Johnson, not a likable character in all the movies he's in. Jack Black, very likable, very likable, and it still moves. It still sells tickets. He just needs to stop putting it in god awful movies. All right, everybody, Sunnyvt again. Give him a like. Let's go. Love his videos. He always makes really good ones, especially the ones about what was it? Gamers caught cheating. That's probably my favorite video of his.